Looks like we got some small block long tube headers for the 69 Nova. It's supposed to have come with all the hardware, gaskets and what have you. It's supposed to have 3-inch collectors. Let's just see what we got here. Exciting moment for the guy on a budget, plumber's salary, doing the old V8 swap. Oh, looky here. Sorry guys, this is hard to do one-handed. Alright, we got some cool Flowtech stickers. Instruction manual, which I already downloaded them. Cool. Right on. Got the flanges. Flange gaskets. And some cheap bullshit header bolts, which are not going to be used. I guess some flange bolts. Alright, we got an empty box. I can't wait to see if these are going to fit. They say that they will. Alright, little update since last time you guys seen it. Old dirty 5.0 motor that was all greased up. I decided not to ruin the power steering, so I unbolted it for now because I can't afford the power steering gearbox. Anyhow, I ended up ordering some really nice aluminum valve covers, and I went ahead and painted the centers of them orange just because I thought it looked more goodurist. And it come with, there's my new toolbox. Woohoo! Got the radiator support all clean, primed, painted. Here is the air cleaner. Man, this thing is just, this thing has to weigh 8 pounds itself. I'm not kidding. It is super high quality. Anyhow, I also, since then, have got the aluminum 3-core 16-inch fan radiator. And I'm not going to end up running that 185 degree thermostat that you put into the motor. I went and bought one of these from Advanced Auto Parts for 20 bucks. This goes into, this is an adjustable thermostat, so I don't have to run a 160 degree motor. It's just not good on them. So anyhow, that's a different story. I really do like my new toolbox. I have to wait till next month to get to buy the top part. But anyhow, it's a big step up from the old Harbor Freight. Oh, custom paint job here. Couple stickers on it. Anyhow, I'm really anxious to unbox my headers. But before then, here's the header bolts that I'm running. ARP claims that these are 15% stronger than grade 8, which I was going to run grade 8 until I read on their website that their stainless steel is allegedly 15% stronger than your standard grade 8. So I'm going to unbox my headers, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, so here's the Flowtech El Cheapo, less than $200 headers. They look to be decent, I mean, for the money. I mean, I can't drop $800 on headers right now, so anyhow, I mean, they look pretty decent. They got a 3/8 flange on them, and yeah. This one, I ordered some cheap chrome ones from AutoZone, some shorty headers, and they did not work because of the manual gearbox. I guess that's the thing with these Novas, is the gearbox is located at the firewall instead of the radiator support. Anyhow, guys, this is really hard to do one-handed with the other hand, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna see if these suckers work. I'm almost certain the passenger one is gonna work, but it's the driver's side that I'm really concerned about. Anyhow, the old Nova's come a long way since you guys have seen it. I've done a few things here. I was actually gonna run another set of gauges over here. Yeah, I'll explain the Ford setup here in a minute. But I was gonna run another set of gauges over here, oil, water temperature, and volts, but I ended up not doing that. Instead, I ran a 1/4 inch outside diameter copper tube over here. Like I said, I am a plumber, so anyhow, it's got a little bit of plumbing parts in it. I just come off of there, wrapped around the distributor with an 1/8 inch line. This is the line I'm going to clean it up. This is the 3/16 inch line going in there to the oil pressure gauge in the cab. Oh man, anyhow, that was an empty spot right there, so I pulled the dash apart and put the gauges right there. Just took a hole saw bit, and anyhow, yeah, the interior, folks, needs a lot of work. The floorboards and everything. This car is so solid, you guys just would not believe how solid it is. It's 98% rust free. It was a repaint back in the 80s, but anyhow, that's another story too. But it's amazing how solid this car is. I traded it for a whole Harley Davidson. Anyhow, another thing I wanted to touch point on is this is what comes with the aluminum radiator, and it's supposed to be 15-degree difference. I'm running a 180 thermostat. If I use this that come with the radiator, I'd have to use a 160 thermostat. I do not want to do that. So I'm probably going to plug this hole. And you've got 2 more water ports on these small blocks too. I don't know. Some of you guys might know that. Anyhow, you got one here on this side, and of course your heads are identical. So you're going to have this fitting, or this 1/2 inch iron pipe size threaded bung over here on this side, right there. So you can use that for the fan or another gauge, temperature gauge. I learned the Ford setup here from a guy on YouTube. He's awesome. Forgot who he was though, sorry. Anyhow, he showed me how to bypass the Chevrolet starter solenoid. You tie these two together, and then you take your original wire that's closest to the block, which is this one here. Anyhow, you tie them two together right there, and you only have one wire going down to your starter, which is awesome for running headers. And then I still got to run a 12-volt signal over here, and it ties into this top part. I will not take credit for this. This is not my idea. Got it off a guy on YouTube. Anyhow, running a Ford solenoid. I am going to see if these headers fit, and I'll get back with you guys later. How do you say it? I'm happy as a 3-bald cat, or a dog with 2 pricks. Anyhow, these slid right into place, guys. Rock and roll. I've got plenty of clearance for my manual gearbox. I mean, there's just, it clears everything. I didn't have to take the oil filter off or anything. However, I could not get the driver's side in through the top side here. As you can see, I've got the car jacked up about 8 inches. It's sitting on 2 4-inch blocks. and a jack stand, so I just slid it up right from the bottom, and it rock and rolled right into place. How kick-ass is that? This side I was able to slide in just right through here from the top with the starter on and the dipstick into place. The only thing I had problems with, of course, these ain't torqued down to specs. I'm gonna get some of those French locks that General Motor uses. It's just like a half loop, half circle that it's got 2 folding tabs down on it. Once you get those on, you can fold them down and it's allegedly lock the bolt in place. The only thing I had problem with was this back one here. I couldn't get a wrench in here, and like I said, it's just hand tight right now, so I got anti-seize on everything. I got to clean it up. I might put header wrap on them, I don't know. I was just anxious to see if they fit. So I might actually pull these back out as easy as they come on or went on. I did anti-seize the shit out of the stainless bolts that went in there. But anyhow, I was just showing you guys. Here is the name and the part number for 69 Nova with a small block Chevy. These are long tubes, and these went right into place. So, very exciting. The last video I had a chrome power steering pump here, and like I said, I cannot afford to get the $400 or $500 gearbox, power steering gearbox right now, so I just went ahead and took it off. I didn't want to get all dirty, not being used. So anyhow, I've got to scuff these up right here to paint them. These were scuffed up already, so I just acetoned them and cleaned them up real good, and then was able to lay down the acrylic paint. So I've got to scuff the inside of these up so the paint will stick to it a little bit better. So I've got to do that still. I got to find this is the 6-cylinder throttle bracket, which ain't gonna work, of course, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I did get my vacuum line coming off my transmission. I got it mounted. I had some chrome spacers, so I went ahead and used them. So I got that mounted, and that's where it's supposed to go. I got the vacuum advance. This is where it's supposed to go according to Edelbrock. Anyhow, I still got some stuff to do yet. I'm gonna build a bypass for the heater core in case it was to ever stop up and overheat. What else? I gotta figure these out. I don't know if they were supposed to, on a small block, if they go under the oil pump and under the motor mounts. So there's still some tinkering to do before I can put the radiator support back in. I did order a new battery tray through Speedway Motors. They've got to be my favorite place to order parts from. As you can see, the original battery tray, it was on its last leg, poor old girl. So I've got that painted, primed and painted. That's the radiator fan shroud doomahicker. I got that primed, cleaned and painted. I gotta acetone the headlights. I was lazy and didn't take them out, so I gotta clean all that shit up. That, or put some new ones on. As cheap as they are, I might just go ahead and throw some new ones on it. I did order, this car did not have the filler that goes from the bumper to the bottom of the grill. All it had was the bracket that the bumper filler excuse me, mounts to. I got that cleaned, painted, primed, rock and roll. I got the other fender out here marinating. Excuse the mess, y'all. Got it cleaned up this morning with some mean green and some Dawn dishwashing soap. Got it primed, a couple coats of primer. couple coats of semi-gloss. I don't know if I like the semi-gloss, honestly, guys. I wish that I would have went with, what do you call it? Not a flat black, but and not a semi-gloss. There's a name for it. Come on, people, you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, the garage is still blowed up. I mean, it's horrible. I gotta do some work to the old truck. I gotta order some new doohickers here, some blinkers. It's got a new grill in it. Old truck is 93 model, short wheelbase, 355 speed. It is 100% rust free. That was my mom's truck. Of course, she's passed away. It's got some old square body Alcoa aluminum wheels on it. I took off, this is Silverado, I took off the old plastic trim on it because it was all doing this kind of bullshit right here. So I took it off. I think it cleaned the truck up. Later on, I think I'll put some sport mirrors on it and that kind of good stuff. But anyhow, this video was supposed to be about headers and for a 69 small block. I got carried away again, rambling on with my big mouth. Anyway, you guys need to look this up, man. If you're running headers, look that up on YouTube. I should have took note and told you the guy's name. Anyhow, run a Ford solenoid, man. It's so much better. And this guy explains it in detail. It's so easy to do. Like I said, I'm going to clean this up. I got some stuff to do yet. I put this original ground wire on down there. Hooked it up over here. And I even ran an extra one off the back of the head here. A nice 4-aught or whatever you call it. Grounded it there. The original doohicker up here. Of course, this setup is not for a 69. The original 69s, the alternator was on this side. I'm almost 100% sure. So this is not, you know, this is for like a 76 Monte Carlo per se. But anyhow, the ground wire used to come off of here on this type of setup. And I think I got the bracket over here somewhere. Yeah. So that's your original style bracket. It's got all kinds of holes drilled in it. A thing for your ground wire. Anyhow, we're running a chrome one. It'll be all rusty, good and rusty here in a couple months, I'm sure. Instead of running the ground wire there, I just come off the bottom of the block down here. And it's out of the way. Ran me a long enough cable here. So we're just waiting on this bad boy to get here. And some other tinkering. I'm gonna order some new one of these. And eventually, guys, I'm gonna change the A-arms and all that shit. Because it's cheap. And now would be the time to do it, but you know, I'm a plumber. I don't make that much money. Actually, I do, but there's only so many things you can do at once. But you can see all the bushings here. They are shot. And you know, I want to do power steering in the future. Upgrade to disc brakes, booster. There's just so much, you know, I want to do to it. But, you know, it broke my heart putting a 5.0 in here. It really did. Because this motor, with headers, intake, all that stuff, I'll kiss your ass if it has 180 horsepower. And then the time you go through your transmission and your rear end and everything, you might have 40 horsepower. Anyhow, this is the original motor. This is a 354 bolt main block that come out of my 1970 truck, and it is the original motor. I ran the numbers here. I pulled the oil pan. It is a 4-bolt main. Anyhow, I'd love to punch this bad boy out. Maybe, I don't know. Well, either worst case scenario, it'll be a 355 And I really would like to make it a 383 stroker, but at the same time, you know, it's all about what you can afford. Here's the spark plugs I ordered for the motor. Actually, I didn't order them. AutoZone had them in stock for like $52. Their header pluggers are supposed to be shorter, I guess, for tolerance purposes. But anyhow, this is the part number. If you're interested, where the hell is the part number? How about that right there? And then I got, my buddy owns a little hot rod shop. I got these plug wires from him, but man, it's like number 1 and number 2 is like 8 foot long. So hell with all that. I'm gonna get some cut to fit ones. You know, they come with the crimper tool and all that good stuff. So yeah, I want them to look good. I don't want a 8 foot plug wire. And you know, I'm gonna just clean it up as best as possible. Anyhow, that's the part number. These will slide right into your 69 Nova. Come on back. We done went over the motor mounts, and I got some cheap ass oil pan down there that, yeah, it's gonna rust and it's gonna leak, of course, just like the timing chain. That's why I hate chrome. But you know, it's cool. This car ain't gonna be driven a whole lot, so maybe the chrome will keep I don't know, keep a thin coat of wax on it. Maybe it'll last a while. Who knows? I think that's all I got right now, fellers. Once I get this thing running, I will maybe do another video. Anyhow, peace out.